So in a moment, we're going to turn to the Unetane Tokef, one of our central prayers in on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And I want to invite Reb Moshe, who's going to introduce us to this prayer and then lead us on the Unetane Tokef. The Unetane Tokef that will follow is on page 19. And just before Reb Moshe comes, to say a word of gratitude to Reb Moshe, to Bobby, to Sheila, to Reggie for leading this morning and also on Yom Kippur, Nishmat Chaim service that happened this morning from 9 to 11 in the community room, and also for other offerings that Nishmat Chaim is doing online and in person during these high holidays. So page 19 in a moment after Reb Moshe introduces us.
Nishmat Chaim is our meditation project here for people who aren't from the congregation. Look, it's always an honor to come and speak before you. It's always wonderful to see you all. Unetane Tokef, we're going to be reading, it's a rather dramatic thing. Looking up some sources about this, I found a seminal essay by the wonderful professor Reuven Kimmelman, who's a colleague of ours here in Brookline, and he calls this thing a midrashic poem. The sources in it are very, very hard to know. Some parts go back to the 7th century. Some parts get added to and added and added and added, which is often the case of how we develop our entire tradition, is by taking something, adding to it, rather than getting rid of it. And that's been a very powerful thing for us. So what is Unetane Tokef? I see it as an existential drama. For the last number of years when teaching Torah, I've said, think of the people here as real people on a proscenium stage. And they're having conversations, and you're being having the opportunity to overhear these conversations. As Shakespeare once said, you know, all the world's a stage, and we're all players in it. And you're all players in this here too. I wish I had the time, the money, the backing to create a reenactment on stage of Unetane Tokef. Think about it. The first part would be the frenzy of angels on high, back and forth, sounds of shofar blowing, loud silences following. And they're all fearful because the day of judgment is coming. See it on stage, people frenzying about, right? And they're waiting for the shepherd. The image is the shepherd with a capital T and a capital S. And all of a sudden the frenzy changes and a big line forms, one by one in front of the shepherd. And the shepherd counts each one like a shepherd does with a sheep. He counts each one of us, but more importantly, he counts on us. Remember, to be a person that you can be counted on is a big deal. And he counts all of us. We all count. And then leading to the Kedusha, which is coming right after this, which has as its imagery that the chorus of angels above and the chorus of humans below are singing together in a synchronized way. That's the image of Kedusha. Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. And we're doing the same thing below. So in that sense, two choruses come out. Big chorus of angels. And then a chorus of humans. And they come to face each other in the middle of the cage as the shepherd recedes to the background. And then one human chorus goes, who will live? The other chorus goes, who will die? And it goes on, the whole litany. And it's dramatic because it's between us and for eternity, this story. And by the way, you read today, for the first time I read it, and I say, there isn't anything in the world that hasn't happened in the last years that has befallen us that isn't mentioned in this list. Fire and water, starvation, all of the things that we are faced with. This is descriptive, it's not prescriptive. It doesn't have to be that way. It is that way. And of course, at the end, the choruses come together, and melodiously they talk about the fact that we can only deal with these things with tshuva. Other chorus, oh, tefillah. And then together, tzedakah. But then a little chorus comes out. Chorus of young people. They sing, you know what? Adam, Adam, man is nothing. His source is dust. His end is dust. The impermanence of all things. We are like a cloud, a whisper of cloud that is floating by. And once you get to that place of realizing that our place on this earth is so impermanent, that we can control things, that the whole idea of life is flow. Flow. And that even our Physical demise does not in any way diminish all the echoes of our lives for generations to come. Unetane Tokef.